Happy September. I can't believe we are in the month of September already. Time flies when you're having fun. Quick, blatant self promotion. I do have a workshop. It is, what is it even called? Oh my goodness. It is called Mystical Math, the Magic of Numbers. I'm going to be talking about numerology. It's on September 21st. If you're not familiar with numerology, it is the belief that numbers carry energetic vibrations that have hidden meanings. So once we learn to decipher the numbers in our lives, we can unlock personality traits, we can predict life events, or even just understand our path and purpose here on this earth. Astrology and numerology definitely go hand in hand in my experience. I use both practices literally every day. Like I look at what personal number day I'm having as soon as I wake up. I'm like, okay, what day is it? And I kind of correlate it to astrology. All right, I'm in a 2-day today. It's the moon day. I've been kind of moody as I'm moving throughout my day. Maybe it's more about me helping other people, to his partnership. Anyway, that's just a little snippet of the mixtape. Make sure to check out the link that is in this post if you're interested in registering. I will see you there. What's the Astro Tea this month? Oh my God. September is so busy. I didn't even include all the transits in this post because there's so many transits this month. September is about transitions, transformations, and plot twists. September is preparing us for fall or Virgo season. We do go into fall at the end of September when Libra season begins. Eclipse season is back, so there's some plot twists, some shakeups, some shifts. I noticed that the days, like even the weeks leading up to eclipse season can be really intense. So if you're feeling kind of on edge and you are a mutable sign, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, that's kind of to be expected. Okay, so I like to focus on the harsher aspects usually when I'm looking at the astrology to watch. But there is a sweet spot of the month, and it is Venus and Libra trine to Jupiter. That's mid-month. I love this. Like, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm going to keep it real. I'm not always tapped into, like, some of the nice trines and sextiles, but this one, I feel like there's been so much chaotic energy. This is a sweet aspect, but again, a trine, you have to take advantage of it, right? If you don't, it's use it or lose it with trines. It's like that balance because it happens right before the eclipse, maybe 2 days before the eclipse. So it's like the sweet with the bitter. We have a few planets that are changing signs or stationing retrograde. Pluto is leaving Aquarius and going back into Capricorn. OMG, I'm so tired of Pluto being in Capricorn. Like goodbye and good riddance, leave. I say that lovingly. Pluto went over all 4 of my natal Capricorn placements. And if you know, you know, and also my midheaven. I've talked about this multiple times because this is my testimony. Pluto dragged me to the underworld back multiple times. It was actually insane. Uranus, the planet of awakening, is stationing retrograde in Taurus. So we have time to pause and think about the changes that we need versus us just being thrust into a new situation without any warning, right? Like chaos ensuing. Mars enters Cancer. Mars is the planet of action. Mars is in the fall in Cancer. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Cancer is the opposite sign. I'm not too thrilled about this as a Mars in Capricorn. As a Mars in Capricorn and Aries rising. So my Martian people, pay attention. Mars is not strong in Cancer. And you may notice that we have a more slow and emotional approach to our ambitions or even our aggression, right? Passive aggressive vibes. We're definitely moving away from that multitasking energy of Gemini. I will still say that Mars in a cardinal sign is like, get this ish done and get it done, okay? But we just have to be moved from more of an emotional place or like our family. Like Mars in Cancer is ride or die for family. Like they'll do anything for family. Okay, Mars is going to retrograde later in the year, December 6th, and it will retrograde back into Cancer in January of 2025. So maybe we get a taste of what's going to be a repeated theme next year for us. The top of the month starts off spicy, okay? So we've got the first few days of September with a lot of action. Pluto goes retrograde into Capricorn. Pluto has power. It's at 29 degrees, which is a critical degree. There can be a sense of urgency or, just intensity that happens with Pluto being at the 29th degree. We're revisiting Pluto and Capricorn themes, job, money, government structures, all of us. The election is happening while Pluto is in Capricorn. So who knows what is going to happen, essentially. If you've got any Capricorn or cardinal placements, Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, between 26 to 29 degrees, you are feeling this energy very heavily. So stay woke. Gang, gang. Uranus retrogrades in Taurus on the very same day. That's September 1st. Uranus moves at a snail's pace. So it's going to remain at 27 degrees during the journey. All right. It's not going to go anywhere else. Uranus is shocks, innovation, and liberation. The ultimate goal of the planet is to free you, even though it could feel very chaotic and unstable wherever, or unstable. Is unstable a word? Okay, I gotta look that up. Wherever Uranus is transiting, right? Uranus was in my first house, and I was like having so much anxiety, and I just felt like I was like on the edge of my seat at all times. Now it's moving to my second house, and my money is like, You know, sometimes you can have windfalls with Uranus and Taurus because Taurus is money, Uranus is shocks and surprises, but sometimes you can also have financial instability. So I'm wishing windfalls if you have any planets in Taurus or other fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius at 27 degrees, because you're definitely feeling this energy. Wherever Taurus is in your chart is where you're wanting to break free, to innovate, to just be liberated. New moon is on September 2nd. This is our very last moon before eclipse season. So this is the only moon this month or for the next few lunations that does not have that eclipse juju on it. All right. So pay attention. I'm like, if you want to manifest, now is the time, because we don't manifest during eclipse season because we don't know what we could manifest into our lives. It could be something that we totally didn't want. Eclipses are wild cards. Now, the new moon in Virgo is about new habits, routines, and schedules. Like even for me, oh my gosh, content creating is very hard. I need to get more organized. You know, new moon in my 6th house. How can I do that? I need a schedule. I need more structure. The moon is at 11 degrees of Virgo. So again, any Virgo placements or mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces, then you are feeling the new moon vibes. I have full horoscopes up on my YouTube channel. Venus is in Libra. We love this. I've been very happy about this. But on September 3rd, Venus in Libra will form a conjunction to the South Node. Venus is money, love, relationships. A lot of people don't know that Venus is money. They think Jupiter is money. Jupiter is growing the money. Venus is actually your values, what you give value to, you know, what has value in your life. Get it? Value. Okay. Money. Do you guys see where I'm going here? Anyway, Venus is going to connect with the South Node. We know the South Node is a lunar point. It's a fated point. It's associated with our past, our comfort zone, our karma. Karma is not necessarily a bad thing, but when the South Node connects with Venus and Libra, old situations like love, money, like a crisis of values, maybe that comes up. That sounds insane, a crisis of values, but like where you're questioning what is important to you. Maybe that relationship, maybe that situation, maybe that person is no longer someone that you hold in high regard or something that you hold in high regard. See who pops up from your past, because it's likely karmic, especially if you have any planets in Libra around 3 to 9 degrees, or the other cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn, my moon and my Mercury. Lord, I'm like, who's showing up for me? Yikes. Okay. There can be relationship issues. Maybe, again, it doesn't have to be negative. It could be like an old friend you haven't heard from that calls you and it's like, hey, girl, you want to go grab lunch, right? Or brunch, whatever. It could just be maybe some old money. Actually, I feel like with this, even some kind of old debt or old financial situation could be resolved. Libra is the sign of diplomacy, of justice. So maybe you're able to kind of work something out if you had any kind of financial issue with someone else or someone owed you money or whatever, even if it was an institution. Okay, Mars in Gemini is also squaring Neptune in Pisces on the 3rd. I'm not a fan of this. I'm already feeling this. If you are Martian ruled, Aries rising, Scorpio rising, you're co-ruled by Mars, the drive can feel low. Okay, Neptune is illusion, it's imagination, it's confusion. We can feel energetically drained. If you have any planets in Gemini or Pisces between 26 and 29 degrees, or other mutable signs, Virgo and Sagittarius, or if you're just ruled by Mars, this is a time where you can have a lower energy. I felt like I was starting to get sick like today, and I was like, oh my God, Mars and Gemini squaring Neptune and Pisces. Because our bodies are more susceptible to illness, our immune system is weaker. Mars is like, you know, assertive and moving forward and, you know, going after the things you want. But with Neptune, it kind of is like forcing you to slow down because you could feel like you're just stuck in quicksand. It's a good time to work on art or like lean into your creativity. Watch out for scammers too. Scammers are about, like people say on YouTube. All right, September 4th. See how much stuff is happening? So much is happening the first week of September. Mars enters Cancer. All right, Mars, I kind of talked about this in the beginning. It's the planet of aggression, assertion. Mars is how we go after the things that we want. It's in detriment in the sign of Cancer. It isn't in tip-top fighting shape, literally. Mars wants to fight. Cancer wants to cry. There's no crying in baseball, all right? There can be this passive-aggressive energy. I live with a Mars in Cancer. I am very familiar with this. Okay. Mars in Cancer is going to be felt strongest by my cardinal signs. That's my Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Honorable mention is also going to my Martian co-ruled Scorpio, especially the rising. Mars will retrograde in Leo at the end of 2024 back into Cancer. All right, this is early January. Martian themes that pop up now maybe have to dealt with again then, okay? So keep that in mind. What else is happening? Mercury in Leo is squaring Uranus and Taurus on September 7th. I'm like, oh my God, all these transits. All right, this already happened. And it can bring on anxiety. Mercury is communication, the mind, thoughts. I talked about Uranus. It could just make you feel like you have a lightning. I said you have lightning, like you have electricity surging through your body, all right? Uranus is innovation, it's freedom and change. When these two planets form a square, that's a tense aspect, squaring up for a fight. Both wants to dominate, but they have to have some kind of give and take in the situation. There could be friction between our thoughts, our self-expression, and our liberation, right? So if you have any planets in Leo or Taurus between 24 and 27, or other fixed signs, Scorpio and Aquarius, then you are feeling this energy heavily. You may say things that shock people, arguments could pop off. You might have challenges with friends, but also on the flip side, you can have some like genius idea that comes to you and you're like, you have a breakthrough on a problem that you were trying to solve. So I do like it for that. Watch your anxiety, watch your caffeine. I'm telling that to myself. Let's see, September 8th, the next day. This is a transit I'm kind of like, wah, wah. The sun in Virgo forms an opposition to Saturn in Pisces. The sun is our ego, it's our essence, it's our desires, it's our dreams. Saturn is discipline, it's commitment, all right? It is, I just see a typo in here. It's maturity, it's wisdom. An opposition is a tug of war. If you have any planets in Virgo between 13 and 19, gang, or any mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, then you're feeling the vibes. What are the vibes? The sun wants to do what it wants to do. The sun is like, let's go get it. And then Saturn is like, not so fast. Slow your roll. You haven't done all the work. You need to do your homework. Okay, so we can feel, again, like we've hit a roadblock and there's no way around it. We have to go through it. So be patient. Mercury enters Virgo September 9th. All right, so Mercury was retrograde in Virgo. Now it's back. It's direct. Mercury is at home in Virgo. It's loving it. It's ready to go. This is a good transit to get organized, to come up with a plan, to check off your to-do list, to create a schedule. All right, all of the Virgo things, right? Get out the calendar, book the doctor's appointments, get back on your clean eating. Anything that requires focus or you to analyze information or do like little grunt work that you normally hate to do. I hate to do any grunt work. I feel like it's Mercury in the 9th house because it's almost like Mercury and Sag vibes. I'm like, F the details. The big picture is all I care about. I don't know how I'm going to get there, okay? I just know I have the vision. Mercury in Virgo's transit is going to be felt strongest by the mutable signs. That's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Lego. Then on the 12th, the sun in Virgo, it's squaring Jupiter in Gemini. All right. Sun, again, our vitality, our core, our desires, Jupiter's growth, expansion, optimism. A square is a harsh aspect. When the sun squares Jupiter, we're doing too much. You are doing too much. Okay. Too much sauce. Don't overeat. Don't overspend. Don't overdrink. Just don't even overestimate your luck. Like you could be, let me gamble on FanDuel and try to hit a parlay, but then you don't hit a parlay and you lose all your money. Not that that's ever happened to me. If you have any planets in Virgo or Gemini between 17 and 23 degrees, you are feeling this energy. Okay. I think so. I think so. Or the other mutable signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. Now, September 15th, this is the sweet spot that I've been talking about. This is when Venus in Libra is trying to Jupiter in Gemini. Venus is love, Jupiter's optimism and high vibes. We feel hopeful, we feel good when it comes to relationship, to the money, honey. All right, we're just feeling good. We might want to go hang out with friends, go shopping, get lunch, maybe do a little kickback at home, invite people over with some wine and some music, put on a playlist. If you have any planets in Libra or Gemini between 17 and 23 degrees, you are feeling the vibes of this transit. The big transit, the main character of the month, is the Pisces lunar eclipse on September 17th. Eclipse season is back. Oh my God. I'm going to talk more about this closer to the date. I do have a TikTok post, and I've linked it in this post, that talks more about the partial lunar full moon eclipse. That's such a mouthful, right? The signs feeling the vibes the heaviest are my mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. If you have any planets between 22 and 28 degrees, you are for sure feeling the vibes, all right? I think, the new moon is at, the full moon is at 25. So what are the vibes? Eclipse season is a wild card. Things can be eclipsed in or out of your life. I don't want you to worry about this. I mean, I don't know. I had an eclipse on my ascendant. It was a new moon solar eclipse, so I can't say that it was bad. I don't even know what it did. I feel like it just kind of made me feel alive. I know I'm alive, but it just was like, all right, you got to do these things because, it was in Aries. So this is a full moon eclipse, so it's about letting go. I'm going to say this. There's a lot of Neptunian energy in this chart of the full moon. No alcohol, no drugs. I mean, I'm not judging you. I just find that when there's a full moon, our body can't handle substances very well. All right. I like to say turn to spirit, not spirits, right? Yoga, meditation, prayer, listening to music, walking in nature, all of the things. Okay. And just relax. Nothing is under control. Let go or be dragged. Flow, see what happens. The effects of the eclipse can last for up to 6 months after it. So if nothing happens right away, don't worry. Something will happen. And maybe it's a smaller shift depending on how it's hitting your chart. So you don't need to be like, oh my God, the eclipse, it's happening on my, on my moon, or it's happening on my sun or my ascendant, and something's going to happen to me. I don't like when you guys do that. That's not the vibes. Okay. We're not doing that. Okay. We're using astrology as a tool to help us navigate the cosmic weather, but we're not going to say, oh my God, there's going to be a hurricane and I'm going to die. We don't, those are not the vibes. Okay. September 22nd, it's Libra season. Happy solar return to all my Libra sons. Happy solar return to my boo, my favorite Libra. He's like, why are you telling everyone my business? My son. Okay. It's time to celebrate. Libra is such a lighthearted social vibe compared to Virgo. No disrespect to Virgo, but Virgo was all about back to school, getting serious. Now Libra, we're getting into fall, going to the pumpkin patch, having hot apple cider, kicking back with our friends, doing little cozy things. Love this. The sun is in fall in Libra, right? It's not at cozy at all. It's not really comfortable because the sun is exalted in Aries. So why? Because Libra is so partner oriented and the sun is the ego. There can be a tendency for Libras to kind of view themselves through the lens of their relationship with others. Does that make sense? I'm a sister. I'm a brother. I'm a boyfriend. I'm a girlfriend. I'm a whatever. I'm a blah, blah, blah. All right. Don't do that, Libra. This is a time where it's better to work with someone versus working alone. Lovely. The Capricorn in me is screaming on the inside. The sun in Libra is felt strongest by my cardinal signs. That's Aries, Cancer, Libra, of course, and Capricorn. But the air signs, you're going to be in your element, literally. So my Gemini and Aquarius placements tap in. You're feeling the vibes of Libra season. Venus and Libra will square Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, I want to talk about this because I was very optimistic about Venus moving into Libra. I still am. I love Venus and Libra. Venus has been in some other signs and it's been doing some things and it hasn't been thrilled. Now it's getting in a space where it's I feel good, okay? The makeup is makeuping. The food is tasting better. I always feel like when Venus is in Virgo, the food does not taste good. All right, so Venus and Libra, the food should taste better. We're more tapped into beauty. It's less about the practicality. It's more about the decadence because Venus is yes, let's have all the top tier things, luxe, okay? But at the end of the month, right before Venus leaves Libra and enters Scorpio, she will square Pluto, and it's at 29 degrees in Capricorn. So it's an anaretic degree. Again, there's a sense of urgency. This is the transit where I'm always like, do not stalk your ex. Just stay off of Instagram. There can be power struggles and manipulation in love and money, right? It's just giving drama, period. Don't stalk your ex, text your next. Focus on something that you want to learn about, like, diving deep into a topic or creating art, all right? Use it to maybe help a friend. Like Venus is relationships. So maybe you're going to help a friend dive into a topic, all right? But don't stalk your ex. Venus enters Scorpio on September 22nd. Then you'll really feel like stalking your ex. Venus is in detriment in Scorpio. This means it's not super strong in the sign. Why? Venus is lighthearted, right? It wants to eat grapes, kick back. Scorpio is intense. It wants to get to the bottom of things. Venus wants it harmonious. Scorpio is like, I need the truth. Okay? Venus is like, you can't handle the truth. So we can become obsessive, controlling, and jealous under Venus and Scorpio's transit. Now, the only thing we can control is ourselves. This transit is felt strongest by the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, but also my Venus-ruled signs, especially you are a Venus rising. So Taurus again and Libra. Then on September 26th, Mercury enters Libra. Yes, please. Again, good for diplomacy. Mercury is the mind. Libra is the sign of balance. Communication is more diplomatic. Also, thinking becomes more critical, right? Like, I don't mean critical like judgmental, but we're like critical thinkers. We're willing to see both sides of the coin. We're weighing our options before like making any kind of hypothesis or final judgment. Because Libra is the judge, the scales. Saturn is the judge, and Saturn is exalted in Libra, right? Because Libra is a fair judge. So if you have any beefs, any, falling outs, you can actually go to the person and say, hey, let's make up, because Mercury in Libra is going to make everybody want to be together versus like have drama and strife. Mercury in Libra is going to be felt by the cardinal signs the strongest: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Honorable mention to my Mercury-ruled signs, Gemini and Virgo. All right, let's get into the transits to watch. This is very short and sweet. This is not like a full-on horoscope. Aries, your transit to watch is Mars. Your ruler enters Cancer on September 4th. Water is thrown onto your fire rams, and you feel steamy or you feel stagnant. Maybe both, but don't get crabby. Ha ha ha, very corny. Pour your energy into your domestic life. Time for family goals, right? Not solo goals. What's up with the family? Taurus, transit to watch. Uranus retrogrades in your sign on September 1st. Are you open to change, bulls? Of course not. The past few years with Uranus and Taurus have been full of shifts and shakeups, but have you resisted them or leaned into the unknown? Reflect on what adjustments need to be made in your life. Gemini, your transit to watch. Mercury, your ruling planet, enters Virgo on September 9th. You've got your swagger back, twin. Communication is improving and you gain clarity on your next move. The retrograde haze is finally over, right? September 11th, we are out of that retro shade or that post shadow, and it's full speed ahead. Cancer, transit to watch. Your ruler, the moon, activates the lunar nodes with a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th. The moon is acting out again, crabbies. You're lunar ruled, so eclipse season can be a bit chaotic and emo for you, regardless of what sign the moon is in. Leo, your transit to watch. The sun, your ruler, enters Libra on September 22nd. The beginning of the month starts on a serious note, Lions. It's time to get your finances in order. When Libra season begins, you're ready to socialize again and do hood rat things with your friends. Maybe you even have to scale back because you spent too much money during Virgo season. You're like watching your coins. Virgo, your transit to watch. Your ruler Mercury enters your sign on September 9th. It's your season, Virgo. Happy solar return to all my Virgos once again. And happy solar return to my Libras. Yay! All right, it's time to crush those goals, Virgo. Set your intentions at the Virgo new moon. Your brain fog lifts after September 11th and you're in go mode. Be patient. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Libra, your transit to watch. Venus, your ruling planet, transits your sign, Libra, and trines Jupiter on September 17th. Jupiter's in Gemini. You're feeling fun and flirty. Romance may even be in the air. There's an opportunity for financial growth. Let's go. I love this energy for you, Libras. You've been going through a lot with that South Node in your sign. Scorpio, transit to watch is Pluto, your ruler, retrograding back into Capricorn on September 1st. Words can heal or they can harm, Scorpio. Maybe it's time to reflect on the power your words have to influence or isolate others. Also, watch how you talk to yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Sagittarius, transit to watch. Jupiter, your ruler, transits Gemini, and it squares the sun in Virgo on September 16th. On September 12th. You're feeling ready. We know you're a big gambler, Saggy, and love to trust in the universe, but make sure you aren't putting more on your plate than you can handle. Don't bite off more than you could chew. Capricorn, transit to watch. Pluto, the planet of power, retrogrades into Capricorn on September 1st. This is the grand finale of Pluto's transit through your sign, Cappies. Have you learned what Pluto aimed to teach you during its 16-year stay in Capricorn? Oh my God, I know I have. Leave Pluto. Aquarius, your transit to watch. Uranus, your ruler, retrogrades on September 1st. Your family life may be changing and maybe not in the way you expected or even desired. Know that whatever adjustments are occurring, they are ultimately for the best. Pisces, your transit to watch. The full moon lunar eclipse is in Pisces on September 17th. For 2025, when the nodes shift from Aries, Libra to Pisces, Virgo. This is a snippet of the mixtape. Let go or be dragged. Surrender to whatever is ending. Better things are loading. Let's go. Happy September, everybody. Peace and high vibes. Let me know if you like this because I'm going to post this to YouTube as well. See if this is something you want me to do at the beginning of the month. I try to keep it short and sweet. Have a good September. I will see you online.